And welcome everyone to the 2022 CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series. This is the Arcadia Arizona Open, being held at the beautiful Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona, and this is the first of 6 events scheduled for 2022. We have a full field of 64 players, and we're down to the final 16. In fact, we are down to the second semifinal. Predator Arcos just found his way into the final, and either Roland Garcia or Francisco Sanchez will meet him right after this match. This is George Steache in the booth, and joined by Tony Robles.
How's it going, George?
It's going fantastic. You guys enjoyed a very, very nice match just a second ago between Fedor Gorst and Miško Fortunski, which was the first semifinal. And here we are in the second one, the last 4 standing out of 64.
Wow. And it just went by so quickly, too.
It did. 4 days have gone by. This is the 4th day. This is held in addition to, in conjunction with, the Arizona State Championships. And we have 47-foot tables set up in the same ballroom as right along with these 7, because there's a practice table, Predator tables.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Vegas, the setup.
It does. It is a fantastic setup, and the venue here at Casino del Sol is
spectacular.
There isn't any better in the state of Arizona.
Yeah, no, I love it here. It's my first time, and I absolutely love it. I definitely look forward to coming back again. And Predator and CueSports International have done an amazing job putting everything together with along with their staff. And I think their staff deserves to be recognized because they're always behind the scenes, and sometimes I feel like they don't get enough credit.
I tell you, Vince Rocafort, who is our production manager, does a fantastic job of guiding us along the way here. And talent-wise, I think these 2 players you're looking at have come onto this arena table, and they've played the best that we've seen. Fedor put on quite a show the match prior to the last one, but these 2 really showed some consistency, great ball control, and they pretty much play better than anyone that has been on this table. So let's see if the play continues. Yeah,
Franco has gotten pretty comfortable with this table. He's played here quite a number of times.
Francisco?
Yeah. I call him Franco.
Okay.
So it's like
well, I don't think he was playing that 2-railer.
Yeah.
He held the safety. He was bringing that ball around. Tony's here to give us some expert commentary on the shots and selections, and from a player's point of view, I'm here to give you all the BS. I'm here to give you all the information concerning CueSports International, the venue, scores, things of that nature. We both will help you right along in the game. This is being played on the brand new Predator tables. They're a single slate tables, Predator cloth, the arena lights, the balls, and even the shafts, even the bridges.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, I tell you, I got to watch Roland play a little bit earlier today. He was hitting them really nice and smooth. He was on this table, and yesterday Francisco was like unstoppable.
Francisco came in here and put on a clinic.
Oh, look at this. Oh, I thought for a second there that ball hung.
The clock is still fairly new. They're still going to slide a little bit. But
as long as you don't hit it too hard.
Yes, exactly. The speed makes it. It's funny because, as far as I'm concerned, speed is everything on new cloth, because you can make that 4.25 inch pocket is actually like about 8 inches with the right speed. It plays big, plays real big.
But Roland draws first blood and takes a 1-0 lead over Francisco.
Tony, did Roland break or did Francisco break the balls?
Roland broke the balls.
So
yeah.
That was
I asked Francisco before the match if he would like me to say hi to someone special. So I'm going to say it in Spanish. Don Francisco, el papá de de Francisco Sánchez Ruiz. Me dijo que te mande saludo y que te quiere mucho.
Y salud desde Tucson, Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
Don Francisco.
So he just basically wanted to say hi to his dad, and he hopes he enjoys the match. I know he's pretty proud of his boy.
And he's got a lot to be proud of. This young man is building a name for himself. He's won just about everything in Europe lately. He's been winning all the Euro tours that he plays in. His Fargo has gone to 791. It's growing and growing.
Mm-hmm.
The young man hangs out with David Arcadia and is playing as good as David Arcadia. So, and this young man is breaking the balls. My Lord.
Yeah, he's been breaking them very well. I don't think he made anything there, though. It's an opportunity for Francisco here. And you know, Francisco wins this tournament. This is his biggest win. The biggest win of his career, I believe, right?
Well, I'm not sure what the Euro Tours pay, but I don't think they pay $25,000.
Yeah, no, he's never won a tournament of this magnitude as far as a major tournament.
Wow, talk about motivation.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope it's motivation and not pressure. But he's held his own so well. I just see him so settled at the table, confident, and his talent really shines through. Is what I see.
Oh yeah. No, him and David work so hard together. They're literally brothers, you know.
And every time I've seen them here, they're together.
Yeah.
Every time. Last year I saw them, and they were in drifts together. He was with Couto and Sanchez. Who else was with him? Well, David was with him. There was a couple other Spaniards with him. They all hang together, and they're always together. I tell you. I'm sure
he's going to play for the combo, right?
On the 310, if he gets there, he will.
Came a little short there.
I
think he's good though.
I think he's good enough to play it.
He might have wound up almost with a stop shot on it, huh?
Exactly. He almost lined up just right. That overview kind of fools you. If we get the side view, it'll really show us. Give you an idea of the crowd behind. There's Mark White on the right there, right behind.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Right behind Roland on the right, with his arms crossed.
This shot right here, you have to have a lot of confidence to shoot this combo even from there. But it's not really a bad idea to play it safe behind the 10, you know. I think that's what he's actually going to decide. You got to play smart in a short race.
I totally agree.
Very well there.
I like the shot. I like the play. You have to be very disciplined to play that because you want that early win.
I'd like to welcome everyone in the chat on the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you've been enjoying this an amazing tournament, and I hope you enjoy this match.
You know, guys, this brings to mind, I said Francisco is playing very, very well. In one of the matches I commentated, I believe, on this table, Francisco faced Fedor Gorst, and he beat him 4-0, 4-2. And that was the match I was referring to as to him playing very, very well. Gorst helped. I think he had jet lag, but Francisco ran out better and better ball control in that match. Another safety, you think, behind the 9?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a brilliant kick by Roland.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I don't know if he has the angle. Yeah, he does have an angle to go behind the 9. He has just enough. And even if he runs into it, he wants to tap it lightly. Tap it lightly so that it'll bounce off the rail and stop in front of the cue ball. Yeah.
I
don't know if he got it there, though. I think he might have let me see it. Judging by the reaction that Francisco had.
He's not happy. Is he going to 2-rail this and stick him behind the 9?
He might just, he might, well, 2-rail the 3, you mean, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad shot. The only thing is that he has to be careful not to run into the 5. Maybe he's just going to overcut it and go 1 rail to the bottom rail. Oh, he decided to go behind the 8. Still have to contend with the 5 there.
Well, either way, it was a safety because I think he was very tight to get by the 7 if he could have.
Yeah. Well, he didn't mean to go that close to the pocket. He was trying to hit a little further away from it, so that way it would spin behind the 8.
These are 2 races to 4. If the players are tied, it goes to a shootout. And we didn't have that in the last match. We had it in the match before, though. At 1 o'clock.
Hit that great. That was such great speed.
This is what he's done well with the speed. Things like this. He's open to the left side. The 9-ball blocks his approach from the right.
Has to be careful to guard against the scratch if he hits the rail first before the 3.
Rail first are on the right side, too.
Yeah.
It's a thin. Yeah, this
There's
is
always a chance he might put him behind the 8 or the 9, though, if he hits it just right.
This is pretty good. He's going to have to do something here. I'm not sure he can hit the top side of the 3 and spin the cue ball down. So let's see what he comes up with. This will be interesting for me. From the angle you're looking at, what do you think? It's hard for us to see the angle that he sees out there and make up our mind.
Yeah, I really can't tell from here. But if he is trying to thin the 3, it's very, very tough. I think he might be better off just trying to draw behind the 8 and let the 3 stop where it stops.
Oh.
See? Because he didn't have much there,
no,
you know?
You couldn't see the top side of it, I don't think. As far as like cutting it or anything like that, he could see enough to hit that. And that's actually pretty good.
Now over here, he might want to run into the 6 to use it as a stopper to leave him behind the 9.
Either way, it'll be soft. Run into it. Look what he did.
Yeah.
He just married him to it, just put him right up against it. Keep in mind, folks, that the 10 on the break is a win, and an early combo is a win on all legal shots. If a ball is pocketed illegally or by mistake, either way you want to call it, the incoming player has the option to give it back.
So he called the corner. Francisco called the corner pocket.
You know, one thing about this is, look at this.
He hit it good too.
Yes, he did.
He didn't make it, but he scared him a bit, right?
He did. He scared the pocket. I was going to say, most people miss that ball shooting it straight in than the kick, and they miss it just like that. And he kicked it and just barely missed it.
No, this has been definitely a great safety battle up until this point.
Well, that one got away from him a little bit. You're right. And again, sitting on the right, if we get a camera to him, is David Arcadia and Joe Nasuto watching their countrymen battle to try to get into the finals against Fedor Gorst. Will it be a Filipino-Russian final like it was last year here when Carlo Beato faced Gorst, or will it be Roland this time?
Yeah,
and Roland is the one to beat Garcia.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think were you? I'm assuming you were here last year.
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Sure was. What a treat that was, because both of them played. Carlo played beautifully, and so did Gorst. It was just a great battle. I didn't think, after watching some of the matches, I didn't think anybody could would beat Carlo the way he was playing. And then, of course, we watched Gorst play, and it was every bit the same. And when it came down to it, you couldn't live on the difference.
What a nice safety shot that Francisco hit him with there.
And he's been doing that rather regularly. He did it against Gorst in the match that, where he pretty much, you might want to say, I hate to use the word blew him out.
Yeah.
But 4-0, 4-2 is a little bit of a blowout.
Yeah.
It's 8-2 in a race to 8.
That's true.
And I know that, folks, because I did my math.
Well, that was a nice billiard shot that Roland used there. It's one of my favorite shots, actually. He tried to hit it, a little. He hit it a little too hard. He was hoping to stop the 4 in front of the 9.
9. Now, would you prefer to go up behind the 8 or down below the 6 off this 4?
He's going to play. He's going to play the bank. I think he should definitely go for the bank. Just has to
Oh,
watch
he
it for
did?
the 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he left in the 4.
Yes,
he
he
left in the
did.
4.
It leaked out a little bit. He almost got. I don't know if it was fortunate. I think it was a two-way shot, and he thought that he might use those 2 balls to block it.
Well, I think what happened is his plan was, you know, bank it, run into the 6. If I make it, I take a longer shot on the 5. You know.
Mm-hmm. He's got the good angle. Look at the determination on Roland's face.
Oh yeah.
He's determined. He's like he's into it. Just.
It's a funny story. Rolando, you know, Efren Reyes is his manager for over 30 years.
I did not know.
Yeah, I've known him for about 30 years when I played on the tour in the 90s, and he asked me to, when I was running my tour in New York, to send Roland Garcia an invitation letter to play on my tour, so that way they can take it to the embassy and they give him a visa to come to the States. So I did it, and they let him in. So he comes to play my tournament. I have all the best players in the world coming to New York, you know, every year back then to play in the Steinway Classic before the U.S. Open. And guess what? I draw first round.
Roland Garcia.
Roland Garcia. He beat me, I don't know, I want to say like 10-5, 10-6, and oh, that's it.
We'll be right back from the commercial. And we are back to the beautiful Casino del Sol. Roland Garcia to break the balls, leading 2-0 over Francisco Sanchez.
So to finish my story,
yes, 10-5, 10.
It was like 10-5 to Roland Garcia after giving him a letter invitation and to come to the States to play. And I basically told him if I would have known he was going to beat me that bad, I would have never sent him the letter.
Well, you know, 10-6.
Of course, I was joking. You know, we become good friends, so it's okay. We're always joking around.
And you know what's great, and you've experienced this a lot more than I have. But whenever you talk to the Filipinos, they're all happy and laid back, and they don't hate you for beating them. They don't hate you when they beat you. But when you're playing them, they're fierce.
Oh yeah, they're very fierce competitors. So I think he's going to draw between the 6 and the 5 over here. Let's make sure he draws it enough to not go in the pocket.
Barely.
Yeah, they know that tangent line, 90-degree angle pretty good.
You see David and Jonas over to the right there, right next to Roland right now. supporting their countrymen.
I think that the mic is too high or something.
My mic or your mic?
They're saying my mic.
Okay.
I don't want to blow out anyone's speakers. I know what it's like to have
There they
great
are.
speakers.
There's the two gentlemen that always travel with Mr. Sanchez.
See, that's what you have to do. That's what a champion elite player does. They always look before they shoot just to make. Don't assume. Actually take the time to go and look exactly where you need to leave that cue ball if you want to be consistent with the right angle and position play, you know?
And that's great advice because you said it perfectly. Always be right. I watch a lot of these guys, the elite players. Gorst will look at the back of the shot and the front of the shot before he gets down in the shot.
Yeah.
And for a 3-0 lead. Wow. Great appreciation by the crowd out here and the viewers out there. And I learned this from Tony. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in, and please put up with our commentary, trying to walk you along. Tony, you'll do a good job since he teaches. I can ask him questions and he can instruct us.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to. It's my pleasure.
And
thanks to everyone for letting me know about the mic. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he is watching the chat, so if you have a pertinent question, comment, he may or may not read it. I don't want to say you're going to catch every one.
Yeah, no,
and nor can we respond to him, so. But we'll try. And thanks for your help. 3-0.
And he's been breaking like a monster.
Yes.
From the matches that I watch him play, he's been breaking pretty. Even though he doesn't always hit him dead square, he's hitting it with great speed and getting a lot of action in the rack. See that? And look at that. All that action and nothing went in, but look. Ooh. I don't think he's going to like
sure he
this.
Can see it.
I mean, if he can, he has to hope he can hit it thin enough to get the cube underneath
the 10.
The 10?
Yeah.
Or even the 9.
Yep, just get it down there. And
obviously, you would have to hit it dead perfect to get it underneath the 9, but you know, the key is, can he hit it thin enough to minimize the movement of the one ball? Because if he can only hit the one ball thick, it's going to be tough to hold that one ball and keep the cue ball, you know, hidden from it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. No, I got you. It looks like if he can, I don't think he can. He's looking.
Push out Cole.
But yeah, he's gonna push because he can't see any part of it. I guess.
GARCIA, your option.
It's better to be safe than sorry, as the old saying goes, right?
He can. I don't believe he can get it off the 8 to go on the side, because the angle coming off the 5 looks pretty directly into the 8 too full.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he has a good enough angle to use the 8 as a stopper and send the cue ball behind the 2.
Oh, okay. So
right,
with,
or behind
quite
the
a bit
2,
of English, yeah.
Or hit it softer and end up behind the 10 at the 6.
So
you know?
land the cue ball just to the left of the middle diamond and over to the 2.
So you see, behind the 10 or the 6, right?
Just like that.
Hit it just a little too hard, right? But you see, he had 3 options. You know, it's just all dependent on the angle that you have there. Now over here, Francisco can actually shoot that one in between the 8 and the 5 and leave the cue ball behind the 10 and the 6 and use a 9 as a stopper, just in case, you know, he overhits it a bit. You know, if he hits it just right, he leaves the one on the 50-yard line. If by some crazy chance he lets him see the one, at least he has an awkward angle to try to play position.
Oh, sure. Looks to me like he's trying to pocket the one ball on the side and come around for the 2.
Yeah, if he can do that and he feels comfortable with it, by all means, go for the run out. Yeah.
Sorry.
Over here, he's a bit over the ball. What I like to call Mount Everest, but Mount Everest is when you're frozen in the ball.
Yeah, we hear
think
all
he-
kinds. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he just has to focus on making the ball. That's all I was going to say. Because position there is automatic. There, you see how he just lunged a bit? Lunged
Yeah.
forward just a little bit.
Do you think that he was uncomfortable with the shot, or he was undecided?
I think he was uncomfortable,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
That's kind of the impression I got.
I mean, it's like I said, if he were to win this tournament, it's a big deal. Because it would be his biggest event.
Win. And he is on the cusp of really breaking into it.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yep. Looks like he's going to go between these 9. Oh, no, not even. He didn't have to. I thought he had more angle than that.
No, this looks, as Mark White, who we've both been doing commentary with, would say, this is a lovely shot for the 5. And you play the 5 in the upper corner. Actually,
No, he's going to play it in the side. I mean, unless he wanted to come up a little more. He really tried to kill the cue ball.
From the onset, I was focused on the corner because it would allow him a better positional shot on the 6.
Mm-hmm. It's tricky to kill the speed of the cue ball on that 4.
He didn't.
Yeah.
His trick was perfect speed, nice touch.
No, he's definitely feeling it.
Mm-hmm. A slight raise before he delivers the cue.
Attention, please.
I can't remember if Roland, the first time around he played here, or he played in the tournament with the shot clock, had a time foul, but he sure is mindful of moving around pretty fast.
Just tap it here with a little follow, get slight angle on the 9 ball.
He's a Predator sponsored player, as is Mr.
Overhit that
Sanchez.
one a bit.
And right after these 2 balls are pocketed, we're going to go to commercial break. About every 2 games you can expect us to go to a commercial.
This is that shot that when I see people overhit it, they jaw it in the pocket.
Oh, he
came short
underhit it.
there.
He
Came
underhit
short.
it. He expected that. Look, he's just spinning. Yeah, he called it in the side, I believe. Now let's see if he tries to leave the cue ball on the rail. That's what I do with these shots.
Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, just make sure that you focus
speed.
on pocketing the ball, because when you think of something other than what the task that's in front of you, that's it right there. You hit it great.
Oh, perfect. Wow. this is the beginning of the second set with Francisco Sanchez to break after dropping the first set 4-0. Both players stepped out of the arena, and so we'll try to entertain you. Tony's going to get up in front of the camera and do a tap dance.
I think I would need tap dance shoes for that, and top of that, the right floor. This looks
you
foam.
Can't do it on
this
carpet.
looks more
That's
like foam carpet.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Unless I tap dance on the rail and go around the entire table in a triangular formation.
Maybe you can chase John around the arena.
He says, "Wow, these Predator tables are great for tap dancing."
These Predator tables, I'll tell you, folks, take a look at the reflection of the lights on the balls whenever they get a close-up, and you'll get an idea what the Predator arena lights look like, since you're seeing the results and not the actual light.
Yeah.
There's 1 9-footer and 6 7-footers right around this table to light up the table and the arena.
Yeah. Someone said I should tell a joke. I love joking around, but I've never really heard a lot of jokes. But I'll give you something interesting.
Let's go.
I have a family member that's married to a doctor, who helped give birth to a young lady, and he said, "I need you to fill out the birth certificate. Please fill it out and tell me what the kid's name is." So she filled it out, and when he looked at it, he thought it was a joke. He said, "Is this really his name?" And she said, "Yes." And he said, "Well, how do you pronounce it?" He read it to me, and he said, the name of the kid, a boy, was JKMN. That was the first name.
JKMN?
So I'll give everyone in the chat, a couple of minutes to figure out. If I already told you this, don't give the answer. I said it's...
And I'll let you answer the chat. I won't even try to... I won't attempt it. But I think I've heard it.
Mm-hmm.
And while you guys are thinking of the answer, I'm going to tell you a little something that happened last night in the shootout. Were you here for the shootout between Oy and Jesus Atencio?
I was not, but I heard about it.
Okay.
And it was like 13 in a row, something like that?
13 in a row, and Atencio missed number 14. And Oy pocketed number 14 to win the match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after every shot that Atencio made, Nick De Leon, who's a player on the tour here with us, would scream out, "Mac and cheese!" after every shot. At about the 11th shot, Oy turns around, after he makes the ball, he swings the cue around, and he says, "Mac and cheese!"
That's hilarious.
And the reason that he calls it mac and cheese is they were in Las Vegas, and Nick says, "Jesus, I'll buy you steak dinner anywhere you want to go." So they go to one of the nicer steak places in Las Vegas, and Jesus, he asks him, "What do you want to order?" And Jesus says, "Mac and cheese."
That's great. That's great stuff. I love it. I love it.
But I thought of that, and that was one heck of a shootout. You guys were witness to 2 of them in the prior matches at 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and Oy was involved in one with Roland, actually, and he lost it 4-3.
He avoided the point. He hit that great.
And he got behind the 3 and the 6. And this is a hard ball to hit.
Yeah.
Just the jump, I guess, and you can jump and hit it and scratch.
Well, no, if he jumps between the 6 and the 7, he won't have to hit it as hard just to jump it over. Well, he has to hit it hard regardless in order to jump it, but he runs a risk of jumping it off the table.
Mm-hmm. He's got to land it soft.
Attention, please.
Well, if you tie the 2 ball up with the 6, you think he might go for a 3 foul?
Maybe. I mean, it's tough to 3 foul someone here, but yeah, if you put it close enough, yeah. I don't know. I mean, he took the time out here, but man, I would have tried to come off the top rail.
But the head rail for the 1?
Yeah, he's just going to try to mess something up.
Oh, he's trying to tie up the 5. That would make 2 balls real tough.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
See a
Makes
nice
sense.
shot here if he's able to pull it off. Is put the one ball near that cluster in the center of the table, if possible, to possibly get him on 3. But more importantly, he just needs to focus on making sure he uses that cue ball to that ball, to the object ball.
Yeah, freezing him there, and he did, really takes a lot away.
So can anyone in the chat guess how to pronounce the name JKMN that was given to a child who was born, written on the birth certificate? The name of the child was JKMN.
Yes, sir.
So you want to go 3 rails here because you give either the one or the cue ball a chance to come back.
It's a big ball.
Yeah.
A nice hit.
Whoa, you left him a shot. This might
Oh,
be the opening.
that corner. And how often we see this. You win 4-0 the first match, and then your opponent gets a game and he starts closing the gap to force the shootout. That's the best he can do when you're out there to win that match and just close out the set. Close out the set and win the match.
And we have 2 winners. The correct answer is no L, because if you did the alphabet JKLMN, there is no L.
I had heard that. I had heard that. I didn't realize it when you said it.
Congratulations.
Says, that sounds familiar. You have won our thanks. Tell you what, we won't charge you for the stream.
All right. The Franco, and it's like you were saying earlier, I mean, when you're in a position like the one that Francisco is in, yeah, of course, you're hoping for a shootout because that means you're still in it. You still have a chance of winning, you know. Yeah. But he came a little short on that one, so I think he needs to clear his head before he even gets done on the shot.
You know, Tony, you're welcome to call him Franco just because I call him Francisco. I mean, I could say Pancho. Pancho is a very common nickname for Francisco.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're like brothers. You know David.
Oh, you know him well? Yeah.
Well, they stayed in my house in New York during the World Pool Series, so we became very close. David, him, Jonas, and we're always joking around. So he he's used to it. He knows I'm the only one calling him Franco. So when he hears someone from a distance say Franco, he knows it's me.
He'll turn around and see you. Okay, gotcha.
But his family's watching. I want to respect their name, and so I'm just going to call him Francisco.
You just explained that he's Franco to you.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm sure he's great with it.
That was one hell of a shot. I really like the way he hit that one.
Right.
It goes to show that he's still keeping his head, cleared his head, and he's still focused on the match.
That is one of the things I noticed on him. After he makes a mistake, he'll sit in his chair and kind of nod and look up and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to put this ball right through those 2 balls again for the corner.
Yeah, it definitely goes. He can definitely fit 2 Mack trucks there. See, if the 9 no, he can fit 2 Mack trucks there. If the 9 were blocking part of the pocket, then I would say he could fit 1 Mack truck. But he can definitely he hit it with confidence.
Now you must have different Mack trucks than my kids have because.
Well, when I'm giving lessons, and someone tells me, man, I don't know, that's kind of tight. The way I give him confidence, I say, you can fit a Mack truck, you can fit 2 Mack trucks in there. What do you mean it's tight?
It reminds me of a joke, and I don't think I want to say it. It has to do with trucks. You know what happens to old truckers?
What's that?
You just get a new Peterbilt.
That's funny. Well, over here, do you like going 3 rails for the 9 or just coming out to the center of the table?
You have to be feeling it, but since the 10's not, I don't like going to the side pocket. So I like going 3 rails forward and then leaving myself an angle on the right side of the 9, just like that. just like that.
That's one of my favorite shots. I
Yeah.
prefer the 3-rail over the one because it's hard to control. You have to contend with the side pocket. You have it in the back of your mind. If you don't hit it correctly, you overhit it, and you don't draw it enough, or with the right amount of spin, you scratch. It's like too much going on there.
You said the same thing Jeremy says to me, because I've told him how much I prefer doing it that way, to follow 3 rails. He says, well, if you're going to be playing pro pool, you got to be sure and confident of both ways.
Want to say hi to everyone in the chat again. I appreciate all your kind comments. You all rock. Thank you again for tuning in, and we're glad that you're enjoying the match. And George appreciates every single one of you too, and he also appreciates all the comments. So thank you for tuning in.
And guys, take a look at the bottom of your screen. You have Kamui, Alpha, Crypto Coins, and Seabird's Billiard Supplies. I'll tell you, I've dealt with Seabirds. I've bought a couple of stuff from them. They come through right away.
Yeah.
They really do. They get the stuff to you pretty quick. And their prices look nice. They're good. They're very competitive. Kamui, of course, I actually do use a Kamui soft tip on my cues. I always have. I like the softer tip. I will say, if I was going to be playing a lot of rotation, which I don't, I might go with just a little bit harder tip and go with their medium. What kind of tip do you use there, Tony?
Predator Victory Tip Medium.
Well, then you have the carbon fiber.
Yeah.
You have the Predator Revo?
I shoot with a different shaft.
Oh, okay.
Called the C8. It stands for Chinese 8-ball.
Okay.
It's actually the reverse. It has a carbon fiber technology on the outside. I mean, the inside and the wood on the outside, but it's one solid piece of wood, not spliced stock.
Oh, wow.
It's absolutely phenomenal. It's also called the carbon core, the CC shaft.
I don't know if I've heard of that or not. It's pretty advanced for me. I'm one of these old guys that I still play with good old wood.
They sell it mostly in Asia, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, being Chinese 8-ball. There's this break. Let's take a look at that 9-ball. No.
Well, he made
one
the
ball
he
went
made the one
side,
ball.
yeah.
And you can definitely pocket the 2-ball here.
Well.
You know, sometimes I tell people, when you're shooting a shot like this, if you're playing on a table that's running very fast, you might seriously want to consider running into the 9-ball in order to slow down the cue ball a bit, you know?
As soon as you said, when you're playing on a fast table, I thought, well, he's going to be coming around those balls, and he doesn't want to come down by the 10 or the 5, so he's going to have to plan on that 9-ball. It's funny, my mind works that fast, folks. Yes, I thought all that out in that split second. I mean, kind of trying to be funny. Sorry. Had to ask for a laugh from Tony.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Oh, he was able to get there with no
so
problem.
Smooth. Wasn't that smooth?
He hit that absolutely perfect.
You know, a lot of times I see shots like that, and because when you look at it, you say, I don't think I can hold it. You know?
Yeah.
And then you watch what he just did there. And he held it very well with ease.
Mr. Mike King is in the chat, and he said he's sorry he didn't get a chance to say hi, but bye before he left. But he was very happy about the donuts.
Dude, we really, really loved those donuts. They were so good. Mike King came in this morning, and he brought a box of donuts for the production team, and they were delicious. And that was his way of saying thanks, because he's been watching us for the last 3 days, and that's our way of saying thanks to you, Mike. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate
really
that very much.
And it was good. It was a pleasure seeing him here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Again, because he was here last year, and I've seen him, I think, on 1 or 2 occasions before.
So when it comes to the 5 or the 6, if he were to get straight in the 5, do you prefer to follow and take a deeper cut on the 6, or draw back about?
I like to draw back where he is right now and take that shot for the 7.
Yep. Go right towards that 7.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't take a chance on trying to follow it down and getting the right angle, because if you overshoot it, now you have a severe back cut.
Yep. And you always want to make sure that you draw it enough to the point where you don't have to shoot over the 7. For those of you out there that are learning this shot, that's very important.
And he stayed short, but he's gonna do what you said.
Yeesh.
He got right on top.
Well, you know
of the
what
7
happens. I thought he
almost.
was dead straight, but you know, you got to guard against him. Believe me, he did not want to leave it there.
No.
But he's a good shape here. He's good. He's feeling good. He's focused.
And he's a little taller than I am anyway, so he can reach this shot a lot easier than I would.
Yeah, someone's asking about the spectators in the arena. I think all the seats are taken pretty much.
Pretty much. There's 2 in the back. There's 2 in the back, and There's two on both sides. No, there's only one on the right side, two in the back.
So go one rail, center of the table.
Francisco looking good to do the same thing Roland did to him, to shut him out in this set.
Yeah. I always think going 2 rails in this shot is extremely important because it guarantees that you avoid freezing the cue ball on the rail. You know, if you're trying to just go 1 rail.
And it lets you let your stroke out.
He's feeling it. He's feeling it.
We'll go to break right after the shot, I believe. And we're back to watch Francisco Sanchez break, leading 2-0 in the second set after dropping the first set 4-0. Francisco was ranked, I just saw that. He was ranked 21st in the Pro Series events. He only played 2 events, but he got a 9th in Las Vegas and a 16th in Michigan. Combined the points he got for those events. Oh, nice shot. Cue ball, cue ball.
Oh, God, wow. What a terrible scratch.
Oh, horrible. But you know, that's exactly how that cue ball scratches. It gets kissed in. Now see how he just kind of shaking the head and he just mentally lets it go.
Yeah.
You can just see it.
Well, he has to be prepared. You know, in this game, you could have ball in hand with all the balls in front of the pocket.
Sure.
And anyone is capable of missing at any point in time. And if your opponent happens to miss or just gives you a shot in the following rack, you have to be prepared mentally, because if you're not, well, then you're not giving yourself the best possible chance to run out and
totally agree.
win the match.
And you just said something that we've witnessed on this table the very first couple days. There were some great breaks that you think, well, that's a roadmap, he'll get out. And all of a sudden, the slipperiness of the table, you know, because it was brand new everything, they got out of line. Or they got behind the ball. And it was happening to everyone. Like the first 2 days, I think we had 10 runouts in the first 2 days. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the way these two gentlemen are playing, have played in this event, it was a joy watching both of them play for the last 3 days. So, I mean, they're just, both of them, they're just playing awesome.
Roland, actually, let's see, he ranked 8th in the Pro Series rankings. He played 3 events. He cashed 5th place in Arizona, a 5th place in Las Vegas, which was a 128-player field. So that's $7,000, and then he was 17th in Michigan. So yeah, he's and Wow. How they arrive at those points is they take their Fargo score and they get so many points, and that's in the player guide, for their finish.
Right.
And that's added.
That's interesting. Everyone, most people that I know love the rating system.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. When in doubt, get up.
Well, it ranks them
Reset.
for the end of the year because the top 6 players get the invite to the Predator World 10 Ball in 2023. And Roland says, you're not going to shut me out if you're going to leave me shots like that. And that's John Lehman racking the balls. He'll be using the Predator rack. And we told you about the table. Take a look at the lights by John's legs. You can actually change the colors on those when you put that in your home table and you want to decorate the house.
That's pretty neat.
Nice night lights.
And I would assume you can change it to multiple colors.
Yes. Right? View of the crowd, a view of the state championships going on in the background.
Someone asked in the chat about the tsunami shack. This buddy of mine, Richard Sue,
Richard Sue makes it.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
I've owned Richard's
shack.
equipment. He does a great
Yeah.
job. He made me a Sneaky Pete in 2007. I loved it. It was a pretty fancy Sneaky Pete. And then I had another cue from him that was real nice that he made for me too.
That's great. Well, he's a good buddy of mine. I went to visit him with my son
Mm-hmm.
before we moved out of New York. So my son and I drove to Brooklyn to spend some time with him and his wife and his little one, because he has a little one now. And they got to play a bit, my son with his son, whatever. It was, it's a little heartbreaking we left New York.
RJH Custom Cues.
Yeah. But anyway, over here, it looks like he's about to knock this 2 apiece. The 6 is in prime position to play position for the 7. I would
the same pocket?
probably play in the same pocket,
Yeah.
because if he just stops it there or just rolls it a bit, doesn't have to move it much to get on the 7.
And he gave himself an angle that he'll draw to the rail and stay there for the 7 and then come back for the 8. Yeah, perfect. Thought he had more angle. He was actually absolutely perfect.
I'm telling you, they're both feeling it. They're both.
Yes, they are.
They're both shooting fast because they're just feeling it.
And look how nicely he left himself a great angle to go to the 9 instead of being too flat. Now you'll probably play the 10 ball in the same pocket. Now I like that than to try to hold it there for the other pocket.
Yeah, because you can let the stroke go a bit, We'll be back.
are back with Roland Garcia tied at 2 in the second set. He's won the first 4-0, and the likelihood of another Filipino-Russian final in Arizona is looking more likely. As Roland Garcia, is that one ball going? No.
King short. King short.
But he's, I don't know if he can see it or not. Last year it was Carlo Beato and Fedor Gorst, and this year Roland took Carlo out and is looking to face Gorst, or will the young Spaniard find his way to win the next 2 games before Roland does and face Gorst in the final? After watching Francisco defeat Gorst on this very table yesterday, I believe, I thought this would be a likely final, but Roland has been just really tearing it up, and as you said, Tony,
it's like a runaway train.
Fantastic.
It's
Yeah,
like a runaway
exactly.
train. Yeah.
And Mack truck, huh?
Yeah.
Let's just hope he doesn't catch Francisco out in the middle of the street staring at it like a deer in the headlights.
But when Francisco gets going, he's also like a runaway train, you know?
Yes. Yes. He's got that little extension on his cue. Both players are on the Predator Pro team.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia, your option.
But you know, Roland Garcia's stroke almost reminds me of Efren Reyes' stroke, you know?
Does he?
It almost looks like Efren Reyes-like, you know?
Well, and
It's very
you know,
nice, very nice to see.
It is. The younger Filipinos don't emulate that as much as these guys do.
Mm-hmm.
Roland.
Look, he's trying to put him underneath the 5. Let him see just enough. They return safety. And Franco, well, that's what I call
That's
him.
okay. That's you know you're good.
He took his time out
comfortable.
already. He took his time out already, so
No extension.
he doesn't have an extension, so he needs to make a decision quickly.
Get with it, as you might say.
Wondering if he wants to leave him behind the 6 or behind the 3. Maybe use the 9 as a stopper to hopefully stop the 1 ball from going too far. Let's see.
He's used the 4 as a stopper.
He was
And
trying to put him behind the 6, but I don't think he expected the 1 to stop exactly there. He was trying to hit the 1 dead square, you know, with the 9.
Roland is kind of measuring things. Just how does he get on this 2 ball?
I think he needs to play safe here.
Okay. Oh, what a nice safety. Oh, I thought he caught that corner. He caught that corner. Otherwise, he has him tucked in nice behind the 9.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to freeze him on the 9. And that's the second time that he shot that shot, and the cue ball went closer to the pocket than he expected, right?
And same result.
Yeah, same result.
Same result.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he tucks him in real nice. So will you please move that Predator case? There's a good look at that Predator case on the bottom there. Nice looking case.
Looks like he's going for the cut here, and why not? You know, you have a built-in safety. If you miss it, you have the 10 and the 2. There's a potential blocker. But unfortunately, the 1 hit the point and came out in a different direction.
On top and came up. Yeah. Otherwise, it stays behind there if it kind of rattles the pocket a little bit. And nicely, he'll come towards his 6 with the cue ball, just like that. And guess who's in line?
Over here, you just tap the 10 to stop the cue ball. Nice light tap there.
I like doing that.
Then draw back and with enough angle on the 4. Even if you got straight, you'll be okay, but you prefer to have an angle so that way you don't have to cut the 5 too much, right? And then the 6 gets you almost straight on the 7 in the opposite corner, and then straight on the 8 and the 9. So I don't really see any problems here at all.
Yep. Easiest way to look at that when the balls are like that is you have a nice little triangle with the stop, stop, stop.
Straight pool style.
Straight, well, yeah. Or a lot of your 8-ball players will use it the same way. Minimal movement. The biggest movement will be from the 9 to the 10.
Well, that's why 8-ball and straight pool are my two favorite games, because they
Okay.
complement one another. You know, if you learn the patterns of straight pool, 8-ball turns into a joke.
Yes.
Now, does he draw to the rail?
I
Or
would
does
like to.
he
I would like to
leave
lay
it right
that
where
up.
he wants it? I think he tried to draw to the rail.
Yeah,
you
he
see?
wants to drive to the rail. I was going to say, I'd
Because
like
it's
to lay it on the
easier.
rail.
It's easier to go 3 rails, you know?
And by 3 rails, folks, if you, I'm sure a lot of you get it. I realize that, but the head rail, the side rail, and then the left rail on the side. So I sometimes get confused. Problem is I can't count to 3. Is there a corner down there? He found it. He did not find it. Wow. You know, if Oi would have done that, you know what we would have said? Fooled you.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Or gotcha.
You know what I say when I do something like that and I get that close to a scratch? And I say, you don't understand. It took me 20 years to master this shot, to get that close to avoid the scratch.
And you know something? A shot like that, when you're sure, when you're looking down the line, you know you're not going to scratch, and you make a comment. That is such a tension release.
Oh, yeah.
It really helps release tension.
Very nice. So Roland Garcia is now on the hill.
Yes, he is.
He's 1 rack away from making it to the finals, George. I mean, yeah, George.
Yes, George. Yeah, you didn't call me Franco.
Franco.
Yeah. Tony's. We've been playing musical chairs here with Tony in the booth. Mark's been in here. I've been in here.
Yeah.
We had Kang Lee fill in for me when I couldn't make one of the matches, just before this one, actually. This slot machine held me up outside. I am totally kidding when I say that. Take a look at your sponsors, folks. Go to their websites. You have Seabirds.com, and I believe it's Alpha. I saw the website, Crypto.com. And of course, Seabirds.com.
Oh, he broke like a monster again, but this is, fortunately, it's not connect the dots. It's more like Rubik's Cube, right? And so he's seriously considering going slightly past the 8 here. It's a very delicate shot. He has to hit it with a nice
touch.
Soft touch
sure.
with a loose wrist.
Just hard
doesn't
enough.
want to tighten that wrist.
Gotcha. Is that the secret to putting that soft spin on there? Or actually, it doesn't really need much spin. Just a little influence. And actually, nothing. Just
even if
straight.
you ran into the 8 but hit it on the the dead square, you can see the 3. He overcut it though. Look, see, he overcut it. He got there. Well, listen, this is
close.
This is a tough shot. It's a tough shot, but this is Franco's opportunity here to tie it hill. It's not easy. It's not easy.
No, this is a real tough to measure, because if he decides to go rail first, yes, he'll come between the 4 and the 8, just like Roland did. But the speed is so much harder to gauge on the rail first shot.
Yeah, because when you're coming off rail first, you have to hit the right thickness or thinness of the ball. If you hit it too thin, you end up with too much speed. If you hit it too thick, you end up, possibly behind the ball, coming short.
Yeah.
And the ball is I think he just
He's
got
not
it.
going to be happy.
No, I think
he
he can
got
see
it.
enough.
Oh, wow.
He can see enough.
Yeah, you're right. I thought it was going to roll right on top of the 4.
But what happened there is he took full advantage of the fact that the ball wasn't too far away from the pocket, so he still had a little wiggle room to cheat it a bit and still make it while hitting it the right side of the ball.
Well, he's got I would call this a little bit of a tester. It looks like he hits the 10 and will come straight up towards that 9.
I mean, if he hits it right into the pocket, there looks like he might avoid the 10 here.
It's right. Yeah, I can see him. I can see that
looking at it
working.
from this angle.
Yeah, okay.
It looks like he might be able to avoid the 10. I think he can. I think the only way he hits a 10 is if he undercuts the ball and misses it. But we're about to find out. Oh, see, he undercut it. You see, that's why he hit the 10. Not sure that he got away with it, though, because I think that Roland is going to try to put the finishing blow.
Or are you looking at the commentary? I guess I pronounced Sieberts wrong. Is it Saberts?
Some people say Saberts. Some people say Cyberts.
Cyberts, okay.
Some people say Seaberts. I honestly don't know the correct way.
Okay.
Some guy commented earlier when he calls the office, they normally say Cyberts.
Okay, well, then I'll pronounce Cyberts. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the correction. I'd be happy to go with it. Appreciate it.
So he's going to go for this. He's going to go for this, and he's going to have to hit it with a little bit of speed. If he comes off the 10 ball or the 7, wow, he hit that great
shot. What a shot.
Oh, I think he might be off.
Except for...
You can't tell.
No.
No.
On the
he can
screen,
only see the edge of the ball.
I don't know. It's so close. But he can cut it thin enough to bank that 4 ball to the head rail and bring the cue ball down by the 7-9. Try to get behind him.
The main thing here, he's going to go for it. Oh, wow, what a shot. What a shot. Wow. He curved it in, George.
Wow.
He said, I'm going to go for it.
That's right. And he did.
And there's that shot that I told you. If you hit it too hard when you're almost straight, it will not go in. It refuses to go in. Oh.
And you know what's funny? It's that kind of a shot that gets missed after a good one, after a real good one.
Well, you know, there are the elite players from back in the days, and some of the players do it, you know, nowadays too. But I feel that it was done more. They had this technique called the walk away. You know, whenever they made a great shot, they would take the time to step away from the table, and they would have little toys by the chair, whether it was powder, a sip of water, a towel, and they were trying to clear their mind.
Just to reset?
To hit the reset button. When the page doesn't load correctly on the computer, you hit the refresh, right?
Right.
And tell yourself, the shot that I just made means absolutely nothing unless I make the next one. You know, and the greats were always really good at that. The only thing is that some of them exaggerated a little too much and would do it on almost every shot, and then they were notorious for shooting slow.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, you know, when I was working with juniors, I would tell them, if you're uncomfortable with a shot, or if you've made a really good shot, walk around the table once.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I think Francisco might have gotten a little straighter than what he wanted here, but he needs to make sure that he secures the shot. There you go. I think he went down low enough. Yep. I think he has just enough angle on the 8 to get straight on the 9.
Oh, yeah. This looks ideal on the screen.
Yeah.
As you're looking at it, folks.
So it looks like we might have a double cheddar here.
Double cheddar. And that means the high possibility of a shootout. And on we go, folks. The crowd is in appreciation, as all of you are, because what does that mean? That means more pool in this match.
Yeah.
John Lehman racking the balls. CSI, parent company of the BCA Pool Leagues and the USA Pool Leagues, brings amateurs to meld with the pros on their state championships in Arizona, Wisconsin, Las Vegas, Michigan, and Ohio, and soon Puerto Rico in November.
Wow, he hit that so perfect.
It was a 5, no. Looks like a ball's gone. There is a ball gone. We're
Yeah.
missing one.
But I mean, listen, regardless of what happened, these two players have broke phenomenal. You know, yeah, they
The whole
came dry a
time?
couple of times, but man, they're both breaking. And you know, they're both breaking from the right side of the table. You know.
And you know what's funny is I've mentioned several times during the stream in the last 3 days that when you break from the side, the balls seem to congregate on the same side you broke from. And right there, they're split pretty even.
Yeah.
There's 4 on one side and 4 kind of down the middle there. And it's pretty even, which you don't see that a lot.
No.
You see them all congregate on the same side when all's said and done.
Yeah, once they see the marks there, they figure, well, whoever played here before,
Mhm.
you know, was obviously breaking from here because they were making balls. Let me do the same. You
Sure.
know?
And keep in mind that Francis, these guys watch each other. All the pros watch to see how a table's breaking. They'll come over and view and to get an idea because they know how important that break is.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Garcia, your option.
I don't know what he had in mind with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't know if you can see the edge of the one, then you have to take the shot because you might be able to place the cue ball, you know, behind the 78 or hit right between them or something, you know, right in between them. You see that, and then ball behind the 8. Great shot.
It looks like he's got a one. I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of like the one rail kick underneath the 9 and send that to the head rail and try to kind of the speed just to get there.
I like hitting the bottom rail and coming off the second rail and hitting the one towards the 3 and hopefully stopping it and then having the cue ball possibly go behind the,
so
7.
Like 2 rail trying to cut it up to the corner pocket.
I think it's a higher percentage shot when it comes to leaving, you know, playing a return safety.
Well, it looks like I'm not sure what he can and can't see.
I don't. Maybe he can see enough to make it. No, I don't think so. I mean, unless he thinks he can kick it one rail, make it, which is not a bad shot actually. If he can see enough, if the one misses right, he'll hit the rail and come back towards the center. Oh, he can see the edge.
Oh,
he's trying to put him behind the 9 or the 10.
Oh,
Oh no, he's trying to put him behind. Wow, look at that. I don't think he called that. No, look at this shot. Look at that shot. Man, that was a hell of a shot. See, I didn't think you could see it at all.
Enough, clap harder.
I didn't think you could see the ball though.
Wow, what a shot. That's a 4 rail safety. Thin the one and go 4 rails. And it's a tough 4 rails to go. This is Hill. What a shot. And when he needed it, too. He needed it because he can't afford to give this up.
Well, they've both taken their extensions now, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Francisco loses this game, and he's out. He's done.
Mm-hmm. Did he hit it hard enough?
Yes.
I think so, but he still left the bank. He definitely left the bank.
I was waiting for this view because I couldn't tell from viewing the monitor at first. But that's why I have Tony to tell me.
No, you know, when you're at this level, these are easy banks. You know, you're not supposed to miss them. So you're supposed to. It's a high percentage shot for most elite players.
It is, but I will say on this table, the first few days, we saw this missed a lot.
Yeah, it came short all the time. Didn't
it came short all the time.
Yeah. Let's see. Boom.
Not now.
Yeah.
Not for this man.
Well, I mean, you know what I try to tell viewers here is like, you know, every shot you master in the game of pool is a brand new weapon that you just added to your arsenal to use against your enemy. And if shots like that are your weaknesses, these guys don't waste any time. They go home, go back to the drawing board, and that's what they practice. The shots that they miss the most. So that way, when they come here, the shot went from, oh no, not this shot again, to, oh, this is my new favorite shot. I know I'm going to make it. You know, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Well, this looks really good, and I sure don't want to put the commentator's curse on this young man. But I think he has to make a fatal error to lose this game.
Yeah, because he's certainly the favorite to run out from here.
Down and up. Or can you hold it right there?
No, I would go the bottom rail.
Okay.
And with a little touch of right. Hit it great. You hit it perfectly. With just enough spin to avoid running into the 9, but enough to get on the correct side of the 6.
Yes, you got perfect. And like you said, he's feeling it.
Well, you know, when I first met Francisco and David many years ago, they shot way faster than what they shoot now. And I'm not saying that they don't shoot fast. It's just that they take that extra time that is required to play at that level and see everything. Every time you study everything, you don't, like, let's say you have a chance to say if you want the cue on this side or that side. If you don't take the time to look to see if you want this side, that side, believe it or not, most times, especially under pressure, subconsciously, that's in your mind. Should I still look? Should I have looked? Instead of just focusing on making a shot.
Right.
You know, go there, check, make sure that way now you're capable.
Take care of it all.
Give
in
yourself
the
the best
pre-shot
possible
routine.
chance. Yeah. Those little things matter. It's some smallest, it's the tiniest details that make all the difference in the world.
The winner of this match will face Fedor Gorst right after this one at 8 o'clock for the final. This is a semifinal.
All right, and we have a shootout, folks. We will be back.
And we are back with a shootout at Casino del Sol between Roland Garcia and Francisco Sanchez. Look at the graphics on the screen and you see where the cue ball is placed by the hand and the check mark. And look at the green arrow on the bottom of your screen and you'll see where the 10 ball has to be made. 4 innings. At the end of 4 innings, whoever is ahead wins the match and will meet Fedor Gorst in the finals. If they're tied at the end of 4 innings, the cue ball is backed up in the box, 1 diamond, and they'll be in the 1 diamond box at the top of the table with the same place for the 10 ball, and it'll be sudden death. We had one shootout go to 14 shots last night. Jesus Atencio pocketed number 13 and missed number 14. And Oy pocketed 14 to win the match.
That's incredible.
What a sad way to lose. What?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, this room was filled with about 300 people in the Arizona State Championships, and the whole room stopped at about 6.
Yeah,
And everybody was watching.
I believe it. And Roland hits his shot so well. I think he likes to go the 2 rails, right? Is it the 2 rail route, or does he go with the
2
follow?
rail. He tucks it in, tucks it in tight. He wraps it out.
Yeah.
How do you prefer to shoot
Francisco?
that? I don't remember how Francisco shoots this.
Yeah.
I think he shoot. I don't remember.
I prefer to roll it, but now I'm seriously
prefer to roll it
considering.
just above.
I'm seriously considering going the 2 rails, given how many players are doing it.
Well, they gave me the morning off, and I didn't have to come in here till 11:30. So my wife and I went home, and we fed the dogs, walked the dogs, and then I just took a little time on the table and shot some of the spot shots. I like to roll it. I still feel it's a better, higher percentage ways of making it. But that's me.
Yeah.
These guys are pro. You guys are pros.
It's a preference.
You know,
It's a preference.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how Francisco does with this one.
Oh, he's going above. He's shooting it like I shoot it. Yes.
Is it perfect?
Just like that. That's how I prefer to shoot.
He's probably saying in his mind, Arriba!
Arriba! Ole!
I want to give a special shout out to the South Dade Billiard Academy, the place that I play out of in South Florida. 4-minute drive from my house. Fantastic people. It's a private members only, $100 a month, 5 pool tables. You get a key fob, 24/7 access. Go there whenever you want to practice. I practice there all the time, and they're watching this live there right now.
Oh, awesome! Oh, 5 guys. Number 2. And because Roland won the lag, he had the choice whether to go first and which side to shoot at. And of course, he took it. We did see one player opt not to go first, and that I believe that was Tyler Steyer. Out of all the shootouts, I hadn't seen that.
Well, I know your favorite shootout of the tournament was the Oi one with
Oh my, yes, that was so exciting.
Yeah,
and I told you the story about that. I think I said it in the chat. Yeah, mac and cheese.
Yes, yeah, I love it. I love it.
And one other thing to recall, folks, is here at Casino and Sold for these shootouts, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Very nice, very nice.
Beautiful.
Talk about mac and cheese. I recorded Mickey Krause 2 nights ago. We were eating at the steakhouse. He tried mac and cheese for the first time in his life.
Ever?
Never tried it before. And then I'm saying, be honest, give me your reaction. He was so disappointed.
Oh, was he? Oh, boy.
He said, is this pasta with cheese?
Well, yes.
All right. Let's get back to the match over here.
A couple of players right there on top.
Ah, 3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Can we beat the record? 13.
Yeah.
1 on the 14th. Now keep in mind, after the 4th inning, it goes to sudden death, and cue ball gets backed up to where it is now. Changes things a little bit.
It does. It does.
Or should I say changes things a lot a bit.
I've always said for years, distance is no friend, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Distance is not your friend. The center of the table is, though.
Very nice. 3 for 3 for each player. And there is a massive crowd here witnessing this right now.
Oh, the whole left side that you can't see on your screen. The stands are full, and the whole left side has gotten full. There's standing room behind. They're standing behind the people right against the railing.
Very nice. 4 for 4 for Roland.
We might as well call this sudden death for Francisco, because if he misses this, it's over.
They're both prepared for this. They're both living for this moment right now.
Their nerves are running, but it's a type of energy that can really help you focus. Because I think with this shot, since it's not a touch shot, it's not something soft, you can take a full stroke to it, the energy actually helps you. I don't know. That's just my feeling on it. They are on a 30-second shot clock.
Wow! He forgot. I think he might have forgotten about it for a second there. Yeah.
I think so. I think he did.
You see, look.
Yeah, they just told him. He's just telling the two guys. He's telling David.
Back one diamond.
Tell you, I mean, it's like you can cut the tension with a knife in here. I mean, there are more. Look, now more people have come to witness it. It's like almost everyone in the room is coming.
One of the things to look at, one of the things to pass on, is we don't have the score for the viewers to see it.
There we go. That's a score.
There we go. 7-6.
7-6.
Thank you.
GARCIA.
And folks, if you've heard me call Francisco Sanchez, his whole name is Francisco Sanchez RUIZ. In Spanish, the last name is usually the mother's maiden name.
What a way to try to earn yourself into the final, huh?
I tell you, the sad part about this is somebody has to lose.
Yeah.
It really is. They both played very well, and I mean, they've both kept their composure, everything right here so far.
Wow.
Look at this.
7 apiece. 7 apiece.
They look like machines shooting this shot. They both shoot it exactly the same way every time. You know, RUIZ shoots it with the passing ball to the English, the just center English, and let it roll. And Roland wraps it out of the corner.
It's impressive that he shoots this with low left. It really is. From that distance, I mean. Oh, that one he shot with follow. You see, he's shooting with follow now. Yeah, he shot that one follow.
Oh, he shot it just like RUIZ does.
He didn't
like Sanchez does. Yeah, he didn't wrap it out.
Around there.
Wow. Now,
8 in a row.
why would he
8
change?
in a row. I don't know.
Is that the first time he shoots it that way?
I didn't notice because I think he might have shot the first with a wraparound from that distance, but I don't know.
Because a lot of, quite a few of the players shoot it one way from one side, a different way from the other.
Because they feel more comfortable one way versus the other,
And it would make sense if they were left-handed or right-handed, which side to shoot from.
Be mindful of the clock, right? Oh, wow.
Oh,
All right, well, that was
was
one
a
hell of a
big
match.
miss.
One hell of a
That was a
match.
big
Gotta give
miss.
both guys credit. One hell of a match. Rolando Garcia.
well earned, guys.
Roland Garcia advances to the final against Fede Gorst. We will be right back later
With the finals, folks.
for the finals. Thank you all for tuning in.